in the southwestern corner of the world of Mirabellis, beneath the third hottest of her suns, lies the Outlands, a hostile territory of outlaws and curses. And yet, among the unforgiving sands, there's mystery, treasure, perhaps most importantly, freedom. It's these temptations that bring folks of all kinds to the Outlands. Want to meet a few? Well then, how's about a little roll call?
I'm Ben Pimental, and I play Alden Ambergris, a man with as many secrets as coins in his pouch.
I'm Gurkowski, and I play Percival Wynnemark. I don't try to be the best, it just keeps happening.
I'm S.J. Nelson, and I play Madge Smalls. All I really have is a ladle and a dream, and some visions.
I'm Shaylee Bowman, and I play Kaia Vaeloris, wrestling with fury and blood, trying to master the storm inside her.
I'm Patrick Holt, and I play Twig. I may have a bit of an attitude, so don't poke the bear.
I'm Stone Mountain, and I play Zero. And I'm just a guy. Normal guy. No magic here. No, sir. Don't worry about it.
And pulling the strings is the game master. It's me, JP Coletta. So, let's jump into this episode of Roll Call.
Welcome, everybody, to the first episode of Roll Call!
Woo!
The first recording of the Roll Call D&D podcast. Welcome, everybody. We're so happy to have all of our viewers. Both of our viewers, really. But in the future, we hope more. Anyway, my name is JP Coletta. I am your humble game master for the evening and hopefully for a while. Before we get our story started, let's go around the room and introduce the players, if we will. So I'm going to want to get your name. I'm going to want to get your pronouns. I'm going to want to get your character name, your character's pronouns, and in one sentence, off the top of your head, your hottest D&D take that's going to make the internet angry. Let's start with Stone Mountain, because they probably have like 20 of those. I'm in hell. This is hell. Hello, my name is Stone Mountain. My pronouns are he, they. I'm playing Zero. His pronouns are he, him. And my hottest D&D take is off the dome. Everyone should write main characters who exist in a group of main characters. Bam.
All right, you just played it safe. I like that.
What?
All right.
They're gonna be mad. I swear.
All right. Let's go to Benjamin.
Oh, hello.
Oh man.
So, hi, I'm Ben Pimental. My pronouns are he, him. I am playing Alden Ambergris, and his pronouns are the same, he, him. My hot D&D take at the moment is something that is living perpetually in my mind, and it is that the most creative thing that you can do when building a character is multi-class 2 rogue subclasses together, because D&D Beyond will let you do it, and I just need the world to know.
I do believe that will incite at least a little bit of anger. So
I hope so.
Yeah, no, we're going for flame wars right
and
away.
Also some brilliance, because I
a
know
little bit.
So much can be done with it.
Absolutely. All right, and now let's pan over to SJ.
Hello, I'm SJ Nelson. I use she, her pronouns. I will be playing Madge Smalls, and she uses she, her pronouns as well. And my hot take, maybe not for everyone, but for me, is that if I don't put my dice in the full moon, they will roll bad. They will. And maybe that's not for everyone, but it's for myself.
Let her speak. True.
I think you're going to get a lot of support for that one.
Perchance.
All right. Let's give it over to Drew.
Hi there, I'm Drew Gurkowski, and I'm going to be playing Percival Wynnemark. My pronouns are he, him, and Percival's pronouns are also he, him. My hot take is that spellcasting has components, and no one ever uses them. And there's a reason for that, and it's because actually using components in spellcasting fucking sucks.
That is the kind of hot take I'm looking
That's
for.
pretty hot.
That's spicy. That's
Yeah,
what we
come
want
at
out
me.
of this.
Come at me.
No, that's just shining a spotlight on the side of things people like to keep in the dark, and I'm here for it.
This is my first full caster, and I'm going to tell all the rest of you who usually play full casters, it's bullshit. We need a nerf.
I pull out 3 feathers and a pile of iron shavings.
No,
nerf
all
is-
spellcasters need a nerf. Oh my god, he's hot take after hot
This
take
is
after
out
hot
of
take.
hand. This is out of hand. This
They
is
don't
out
need a
of hand.
nerf. They're already nerfed. We just don't use it.
This is out of hand. I don't want protests outside of our non-existent
Somebody
studio.
stop him.
I don't. Somebody stop him.
Oh.
Okay.
Casting
Ben?
focus. Casting focus is the workaround that everyone uses because casting focus usually, except for certain spells, negates the need for material components.
This
Okay,
is
we have
downtime
to move
material.
on.
This is
We
downtime
have to
material.
move on.
We have to.
This
we
is
have to
later. All right. Let's move on to Patrick.
Hello, I'm Patrick Holt. I will be playing Twig, and both of our pronouns are he, him. My hot take is also spellcaster related, and I know it's a hot take, especially in this group, but I believe that healing during battle is an optimal play, especially when the story works well with that. And also, if the DM is focus firing one of your favorite people.
You send a guy one article just to discuss, and suddenly you're persona non grata.
You said it was like a generally accepted. You were like, just to let you know, it is generally
a portion
accepted.
of the internet agrees with that article. I'm neutral.
I can't explain enough to the people at home how much that was targeted at 2 people in these squares.
You said hot
and
take.
both of them are the ones talking. With all of that out of the way, I think it's time to dig into the campaign. I think it's time to dig into the world of Mirabellis. Welcome to the desert. Now, we begin our story in a land that goes by many names. The Unsurvivable, colloquially, the Outlands, or perhaps most prolifically, the land of the third sun, named for the sun that beats above the southwestern portion of Mirabellis, the third and hottest of Mirabellis's 3 suns. The unyielding sun beats down with a ferocity and intensity that makes few things able to survive in this part of the world. However, those that choose to live here and are able to do so because they are made of something different. A piece of metal in their soul that cannot be matched and is feared by many of the outside world. However, our story begins as the unyielding sun begins to set over the massive wasteland of tumbleweeds and yellow sand dunes that grow up towards the sky like spires and mountains and cities in themselves. It's quiet, almost too quiet, as the winds blow by the desert. However, as our story begins, suddenly the hum of an engine and air comes whistling into view as we focus in on a particularly large sand dune. And suddenly, we see the source of this noise. A massive piece of metal in the shape of a boat, made of bent and rusted iron, with a large sail at the front, and at the back, a large industrial fan whirring, leaving a cloud of dust and sand in its wake. Standing at the middle of this boat, piloting it, is a man that looks more suited to war than to driving. 7 feet tall, with a bald head and gray skin. Massive chiseled muscles and hard features that are contrasted by his spotted red freckles that are almost cute. However, his face is anything but, as he looks out with a gruff, almost bored expression as he careens this massive sand-skiff, as it is called, through the desert, as it suddenly shoots up the dune like a ramp and into the air, landing with a thud, kicking up dust in its wake. He turns to his 3 passengers.
Look out. Now is time it gets bumpy.
Now's the time it gets bumpy?
Stone, why don't you tell us a little bit about who one of these passengers is?
You see a 6-foot-tall, dashingly handsome young man. He appears to be about 20 years old, perhaps an elf or a half-elf. There are elven features there, but they're muted, they're subtle. He has slightly tan skin, dirty blonde hair, and green eyes with flecks of gold in them. He takes very good care of his looks, wearing well-kept but worn traveling clothes. Brown leather pants, simple boots, button-down undershirt, and a well-kept blue and brown vest with a belt full of all sorts of bits and bobs attached to it. A dagger, a deck of playing cards, a coin pouch, a bottle, a pocket watch, and such. He's also wearing a distinctive but simple iron chain necklace around his neck with a small pendant of a pair of masked faces, one smiling and one frowning. He's lean, almost malnourished, but quite handsome, with a mischievous twinkle in his eye and usually a cheeky smile, though not right now because he is terrified for his life on this skiff, clinging to his best friend.
Oh, Patrick, why don't you tell us a little bit about the best friend he's clinging to?
Of course. Twig is a wood elf. He's rail thin, about 22 years old. He has a short shock of auburn hair with a white streak running through the middle of it. And underneath his left eye is a scar about 3 inches long. He's always standing, mostly with a bit of a slouch and a wary look on his face. His clothes are mostly unremarkable and often dirty, but he does wear a large dark green cloak with several patches. It's worn and dirty, but it's obviously a very prized possession for him. It has a clasp across the front that has a small pendant of a black cat on it and a webbing that runs down the side of his arm. He's quiet at the best of times, and this is probably one of his worst times. In the past 3 days, he's had several worst times, and this one is starting to top it, so he's quiet.
Yeah, so the hulking man turns back to you.
Ah, this is where it get boom,
And then suddenly it plows into an unseen patch of rock and bumps again, and bump, 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 3 consecutive bumps in a row.
Ah, is rock field. Is bumpy. I cannot help it. Besides, he look comfortable.
He says, pointing to the 3rd passenger.
I haven't had this much fun since the Cinderholt Carnival.
Well, if you think this is fun, talk to me in 4 days.
And why don't you tell me a little bit about the person that he's talking to in the back, Ben?
Yeah. So Alden is a 6'1" humanoid. He's a human man, looks to be about, 35-ish years old, possibly older, because he's got this shoulder-length salt and pepper hair, and strong features and a proper English mustache. His right eye is a piercing blue, and his left eye is kind of like a warm hazel color. He looks about 6'1". It's hard to tell because he's wearing a lovely white 10-gallon hat that has some gears stuffed in the band. He's also wearing a fine white suit with a white crocodile leather vest and a baby blue shirt that has one of those black Colonel Sanders bow ties. He has black alligator boots, and he holds a cane that has a golden whale as the handle.
I can't wait to see those shoes in 4 days. You won't be so comfortable then.
You know that reptiles are made for weather like this, right?
I do. But I also know a weak man when I see one. No offense. Listen, Boris, he made for fighting, not for boom, and he goes over another rock patch. Thump, 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 another 3 thumps. Boris,
Please.
how he end up driving, you ask? Don't ask Boris. We out on a mission. We try to find more special rock. Boris, see the rock and way. Boris punch rock. Why it Boris' fault that wall so weak it cave in? Boris help. Boris pull out. Boris pull everyone out. Everyone fine, except for one guy. He lose leg. But it just leg. Now I have to drive the weak man. No offense. And he keeps on driving.
Boris, can I ask you something? What special rock were you out there looking for?
I don't know, the shiny rock they all want. Boom! Over another one.
He takes a quick, hard turn, and it kicks up a bunch of dust and spatters it in everyone's face.
What color was the rock? Just curious.
They all different colors. Some purple. The one boss man like most. Orange. Like unyielding.
I bet. Just where out here would one find such a fascinating substance?
Where indeed? Most likely place you find is in dead tunnels. But small man go in dead tunnels. Small man, boom, over bum. Knock him out. And he takes another hard turn. We almost there.
Right. Well, good to know. I appreciate it. And he puts away a little notebook that he had taken out, and he's taken... They're beautifully written, but every once in a while the script just jumps.
As he suddenly takes a massive, hard turn, and the dust kicks up and gravity just pulls you, I need a dexterity saving throw to see if you can hang on to the piece of writing utensils in your hand.
Oh no. Oh no. It's gonna be a 7.
Oh no! I was really hoping to not take this away from you. Yeah, so he careens around the corner. He's like, small man, they'll come back. And you're like, interesting! And it just flies out of your hand and into the desert sands.
Immediately taps his head and goes, steel trap up here. Didn't need it.
Steel trap. I have steel trap. And he takes his hand off of the driver's stick just to show you his traps.
No. Hands on the wheel.
Please,
Hands on the wheel.
Eyes forward.
It's like going back and forth, and he grabs the rudder and steadies it. See, I tell you. All weak men. And he continues driving. So, what bring you to the Duskrith? Oh, quiet now, are we?
Oh, just a little bit of research, gathering some resources and information.
And if it's information that you want, you'll find it in Duskrith. I prefer to punch rock, but you'd like Kalen. What about you, strange-looking one?
I'm his butler. I'm Zero, by the way. I don't think I said my name, but yes, I work for him. I buttle. So that's what I'm here for.
I have seen a bottle before.
Oh.
It was not very nice.
No, that's Twigsy. Why don't you?
Did they not prep beforehand?
No. Twig. That was your name. Like your arms.
Sure. Now.
What about you? You butler as well?
I'm a minor.
I don't. It's all very simple. We're all adults. He's a businessman. I'm his butler, and he's our personal miner, pickaxe miner.
I
and
do
we're
the
all
physical labor. He does the paperwork, and he's the boss.
Yeah. So
And again-
nothing weird here.
All adults, no child labor.
Oh, you're all going to die out here. We are almost
Just keep
there.
your eyes on the road, and we'll probably be okay.
He turns around, taking his hand off of the rudder, not looking at the road, and gets down to your level. The thing is sputtering all over. I always keep my eyes on the road, so to speak. But sometimes the road is behind you. Do not let anyone sneak up on you in the deserts, or you end up. And he grabs the rudder and stops it, smoothing it out for a moment. Well, then you end up dead. Or worse. Now, you all just get comfortable. I can see Duskrith, and he turns around, and you can see, coming into view, at first it seems like a mirage, as this sort of heat wave seems to shimmer and cover it. But then you realize that it's not a heat wave, but some sort of arcanical force field. And surrounding that field in the base is a large metal wall. But beyond that metal wall, flickering lights that come into view. The lights of a small boom town. Many structures that seem to be made of wood, slanted structures that are ramshackled and thrown together, but not without skill and not without thought. And attached to each of these is something glistening and metal. And to the southern end, the metal seems to increase in density as three great chrome cylinders rise up out of the desert like spires, reflecting what's little left of the unyielding's light onto the sands below. This is Duskrith, where the magical meets the wilderness meets
innovation. And as you pull into Duskrith and it becomes more into view, you find yourself. These are the docks. Sky docks, they call them. And he points out, there are multiple skiffs tethered to these like wooden panels, almost as if the sand is an ocean itself, and these skiffs have docked up like boats. However, hanging above those are two great balloons like airships with massive burgundy hide-looking blimps above them that seem to allow their elevation. They are tied off to these sort of metal scaffolding that contrasts above the wooden docks that the skiffs are tied to. These are sky docks because we have skyship. Not many left in the desert.
How do they fare with the sandstorms?
About the same you did. We try to stay out of storm. That is nice thing about Duskrith. Storm almost never hit. When it do, Kaelan have this big boom thing. Saves us all.
Interesting. Is Kaelan an artificer?
No, he is real. He is man. Well, he is small man. How you say? He is gnome.
So he tinkers with things.
Yes,
And
many things.
And he's good at it.
Well, yes. I mean, look what he has built in but 20 years, 25, something like that. Time moves different here.
Different how?
Well, you stay here a 10 day and you tell me.
Done. All right. Let's
Zero
find out.
Zero leans over to Twigsy and goes, "This guy keeps saying super ominous stuff. I thought it would be smooth sailing once we got out of the Guildlands, but this seems really foreboding."
Yeah, I got the metaphor with the road thing, but also, if you're traveling down the road, there will always be road behind you. What did he mean by that?
I think he just wanted to sound scary. I don't know. Let's get off of this skiff and get into the city.
And with that, you pull into the dock finally with a skid, and it knocks. I need actually dexterity saving throws from all of you to see if you can not be knocked off from this part job.
24 this time.
24.
13.
13.
Would have been a nat 20, but it is at disadvantage and becomes a 11.
That's right. So as he skirts into this, Alden, you were ready this time, so you have sort of steeled yourself by hooking your elbows into like the seat rest behind you to keep yourself looking cool and upright the whole time. Unfortunately, Twigsy and Zero, you were having a little whispery conversation to each other, and as he turns in, Zero just falls boom, flat on top of Twigsy.
Oh, my nose.
Ow, Zero, get... Oh,
I'm sorry.
That's my stomach.
We are
Am I
here.
bleeding? No, I'm okay.
Welcome to Duskrith, friends. Refugees. Here, all are welcome. All are equal, even the small man. No offense. Now, normally there'd be someone here to escort you to some lodgings, take your names, do some processing, but they are all out on supply run, getting the big rocks. So Boris will have to do it himself. I don't know how I always get stuck with the babysitting job. You make one cave in, one man lose leg, and now you have to babysit small man, no offense. Come. Follow Boris. He'll take you into town.
Wonderful. Any chance I could get a hand with one or two of my trunks here?
He looks at your trunks.
And I'll jingle a sack of money as well.
Oh, I will say make a persuasion check. And I will also, for fun, tell you this is not a low DC.
Beautiful.
Money talks, but how loud?
Boris is actually a man of principle.
Oh, okay. It could have been a workable number, but it was cocked, so I have to... Oh! Better. 21. To anyone?
I was looking for 20. So, goes, how much money in little sack?
Oh, there's a lot of money in the little sack. Why? This wouldn't all be for you. I'm just saying I have money to give you for helping.
Boris do need more money. Boris like a...
Okay. And he goes ahead and he... You know what? For fun, I'll roll a strength check, although I don't think it'll be a problem because he rolls these at advantage.
And I will
which
give
is good
him
because that was a 2.
Oh. I was going to say, I want to give him the help action. And I would also like to, since I can do it like from a distance without actually like helping. And I am going to take the lightest trunk that just feels like an empty trunk, but has oh so much in it. And I will give him the 2 trunks that are actually like physically full of shit.
Yeah. So his second roll was a dirty 20. So he just very easily yoinks one onto one shoulder, one onto the other shoulder. He goes, this easy money. But remember, Boris no servant. Boris punch things. This way. And he sort of lumbers in this stocky way ahead of you very slowly towards the town. But each of his lumbers are just massive strides, even though he's walking slow.
I'm going to lean over in the direction of Zero and Twig as he kind of lumbers away after he says that and just say, I would love to see him punch things.
As long as it's not us.
Now, as he begins to lumber towards the gates, he goes, it's me. You open up the gates. You heard him. Open up the gates. A voice calls from the darkness, and suddenly someone starts turning a crank, and you hear this cracking sound. It's this combination of like arcane sparks and also just hinges on a metal door as this little gate that's only at your feet begins to part ways. But as you see that, as does the mirage of heat energy begins to come down as the gate opens up. And you see down a very long, narrow stretch of town. This town is very much organized along one main strip. There are, it's a bit like a main street, except in this sort of cobbled together, what looks like stone, but is actually just quite compacted hard sand, as if it's a permanent sand castle that lines the floors. And as you step into the town, you notice that each of these buildings is a flicker with lights that seems to be almost fluorescent. Not candlelight, but electricity. Welcome to Duskgrave, friends.
Here, you will be safe. Well, unless they come back. But if they come back, Boris punch them.
Sorry, unless who comes back?
Well, and before he can get that out, suddenly you hear a voice in the distance start yelling, Boris! 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 As this 5'4" little man in a white shirt and overalls with these sort of silver buckles and these boots that seem to have seen better days with sand marks all along them, comes streaking towards you. His eyes are wide and crazy. He is an impish little man of about 35 years old with sandy brown hair that sort of is messy as if he hasn't taken a shower in quite a few days. However, it seems as if he does care a little bit enough to do something with it. Boris! Boris! Oh, what now? I seen some shadows at the south gate. You seen shadows? Are you sure it wasn't your own? Yes, I'm sure it wasn't my own. I told you I ain't no good at garden. Yes, but you're worse at driving, which is why I had to pick up these ones. Well, but can you just come look? I think they might be back. You think that these shadows you see are the outlaws? Yeah. Why don't you bother Kaia with this? I am busy tonight. I have to babysit. He indicates with your trunk he uses to point at you. Alden. Kaia is out with the rest of them on the supply run. I can't do nothing. Please, I'm scared. Just come look, Boris. You mind if I goes look at the shadow?
Sure.
Good, all right, you come with me, all right. And he starts walking away. Maybe I get to punch things. Maybe you get to see me punch things. Lucky day for you.
Oh, it would be. Best day all week.
All right, keep it in your pants, Alden.
Probably best to stay with him if there is trouble, so let's follow.
Pull my leg.
And so he just starts lumbering as Boris is not wearing a shirt, so Elbow doesn't have much to tug at. So this small man begins to tug at essentially his belt buckle. Like, come on, because that's about where his head comes up to. You gotta see him. If the rust brands are back, you know that I can't do nothing about it. I ain't much of a fighter. I'm just more of a drinker. Oh, hey, y'all, my name's Elbow, in case you didn't know that. I'm Elbow. I run the tavern and the saloon in town. Now, come on, Boris. Yes, he thinks that these shadows are the rust brand outlaw gang. If it is, we're going to have some fun. But he's probably seen his own shadow, which means 7 more weeks of summer. And he just keeps walking.
Zero starts to laugh and is like, oh, a joke. And he walks away from us, and then he looks to Twig like, is that a joke? I don't know.
I don't know.
Now, as he leads you through the town, it is unmistakable. The odd concoction of torches that seem to glow with blue flames all throughout that seem to be powered by magic. And yet, each of the homes themselves seem to have, like I said, these electric lights within that are a steady stream of fluorescent light. Now, for those of you from the Guildlands, this would be something that you would have seen before, but only in the richest of homes. Certainly not in any poor tenements that you would have been from. You would have seen just torches that are lit the old-fashioned with rubbing 2 sticks together or a set of matches. However, as he takes you along to the south wall, you pass by once again. You can see a little closer you can see. Well, besides our mascot, if you're on audio recording, you can't see the dog. But if you can see the dog, you can also see the dog. Now, back to the
YouTube
story.
exclusive.
Our YouTube exclusive. Come on to see a cute dog. We have a dog cam. Now, you can't help but notice those 3 chrome spires I had mentioned earlier, and you notice that they are whirring with a sort of even, steady heartbeat sound. Boom, 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 and they seem to glow with this effervescent, like translucent blue light around them. But before you could get any focus on that, you find yourself at the south wall. An elbow is frantically pointing. Look, 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 you see the shadows, you see the shadows! And at first, it's hard to make out anything. But sure enough, slowly but surely, coming into focus, are 3 shadows in the desert distance that appear to be humanoids. Boris reaches to his hilt where he has attached a great warhammer and pulls it off. Well, Elbow, you might have just made my day. SJ, do you want to start by telling us a little bit about who these shadows are? Maybe one of them?
Well, here we go. One of them is a girl in her young 20s. She has crazy, wild red hair that she's sort of haphazardly braided in fun little braids here and there. She's very pale, very, very pale, but has this greenish hue to her, these weird little specks on her body. She has sort of green sagging under eyes. She's very tired. One of her right eye is, speaking of green, a bright, bright emerald green, but her left eye is white and very clouded and very fuzzy. She has a lot of tchotchkes on her and with her. She has this green shawl kind of wrapped around her. She has a lot of bracelets and bangles and necklaces that are clearly homemade with love. She has a giant glowing ring on her finger. She has harem pants that sort of look like a long skirt, but also they could be pants. They have a lot of pockets with a lot of things in them, some buttons, some pouches, a little potted plant in the back. She's got some big, strong boots on, and she's very slowly, very calmly walking through the desert, just minding her business with these other 2.
Yeah. And as they approach, they seem to get closer and closer. You also make out a short dwarven man with a long black beard but this like sort of salt and pepper throughout it. Hair that seems to match and is tousled in every which direction. Sand is caught in all of these follicles. His eyes are hard and gray and yet convey a sense of desperation in them. He wears essentially a leather armor that has been unhooked and drags behind him as if he needs to cool down, and carries a small sort of rope and hook on his right hip. And standing next to him is one more shadow. And as that shadow comes into view, Percival, tell us a little bit who we're looking at.
Gotcha. So, absolutely towering over the man next to him is a imposing 6'4" humanoid, and you see these 3 shadows start to emerge and turn into human beings, and you notice that they're all covered in dust and grime, except while Percival is also covered in dust, his blonde hair looks almost like it hasn't been touched, as it just shimmers on the top of his head. He has a bright, gleaming smile on his face, and the light seems to catch on his eyes, but the reflection doesn't make sense until you realize that from within his eyes is actually a bright white glow as he strides, also with his armor thrown over his shoulder and a giant shield strapped to his back. He strides across the sand, chuckling.
As you come more into focus, they can hear that subtle little chuckle. And Elbow's like, "There's the evil laugh! It's the Rustbrains! They're gonna kill us all!" And Boris just like stays him with his hammer. It's like, "Shh. Lower the shields, small one."
I'm not small one anymore.
What was that? Never mind.
Nothing.
He says, lower the... You want me to lower the shields with them? But no, I'm not going to lower the shields. And he puts the thing under his chin. Lower the shields. And Elbow sort of runs over to this little control panel on the side that has this crank. And he starts undoing this crank. And suddenly you hear steam start to escape. And as the steam escapes, you watch as that little heat mirage begins to fall. And suddenly, the little of the metal wall at your feet begins to open. Boris jumps down from the scaffolding he is up on, leaving a cloud of dust. Holds his hammer out to the three of you, now about 10 feet away from you all. Identify yourself or die where you stand.
Oh, well, of course. Percival Wynnemark, it is an honor for you to meet me.
I like you less already. You, identify yourself or die where you stand.
Me?
You. Pushing his hammer in your face.
Oh, all right. I'm Madge Smalls. I'm from Moray Lumen, the swamps, and they put me in a bucket or a barrel.
I
I forget what it
more.
was.
All right. So we have this one. We have the bucket lady. What about you?
Second Lieutenant Hodge, of the 2nd Division of the Divine Army of the Arcane Dominion, at your service.
We don't do titles around here.
That's fair. You can call me Hodge. Just Hodge.
What business do you three have in Duskrith?
Well, we're sort of on a mission.
The dwarf pops up. We were marooned in the desert. We seek shelter from the storm, that's all. As you can see, that storm is pretty intense, he says, pointing behind him, and you can see off in the distance the storm still raging on. It hasn't let up since. Our frigate was split in two.
Well, we'll have to do some processing. Are you associated in any way, shape, or form with the Rasbrand Outlaw Group?
I couldn't even
Speak
tell
up.
you. I couldn't even tell you what that is. So I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No kinds of outlaws. We just, refugees stranded in the desert.
Are you gonna punch him or not, Boris?
Quiet, small one. Come this way. And he leads you in through the gate. Much to Elbow's protests, as Elbow screams, "What are you doing letting them in? These are the outlaw gangs. You all stay back. You all stay back. You ain't gonna kill me. I am a fighter."
You're a fighter.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't need
Good
those
too.
we don't need those where I'm from, actually.
Oh, well, good for you.
It is.
Boris, why are we letting them in? Quiet, small one. They are refugees, just like them. We keep eye on them, but we take them to see Galen. Galen decide what to do with them. Not Boris, certainly not you. But... No buts. This is what we do. Anyone else have a problem with that? He says, turning to the other members of the party.
Not here.
No, they seem large and strong, so more the merrier.
Good. Elbow. Take them back to the saloon. Put them up for the night. I'm done babysitting. I will go talk to Kalen. See if he wants to make introductions. And then I guard the wall. Not you. Wait, you mean back to my place? Well, if you're going to guard the wall, I mean, I wouldn't want to impose on what you want. So I guess you can guard the wall if you want to. But do I really have to put them up for the night? We don't know who these three are. I mean, the other three are fine, but these three... Do not make me say it again. Okay. Right this way. I'll take you to the saloon. Come on, right this way. You follow him. I meet you later. Perhaps introduce you to Kalen.
Sounds great. Thank you for all your hospitality and warnings.
Oh, hospitality. Interesting choice of words, since I believe you will be in the hospital within 4 days. Now.
I gotta go. I can't.
I'll see you later, small one. And he walks away towards those 3 great cylinders, leaving you with Elbow. I suppose y'all are going to be staying at my inn and saloon for the night, so right this way. Come now, follow me. Any questions, feel free to ask about the town or about anything. Just don't kill me.
Why are you an Elbow?
That's my name.
Oh, never mind.
Well, what's your name if it's so special?
Oh, my name's Madge.
Why are you a Madge?
I felt like it. How about that?
Same, actually.
You felt like being an Elbow?
Yeah, just seems right.
All right.
Anyway, welcome to Duskrith. As you can see, we are a full-scale neutral operation here. We got plenty of magic, we got plenty of technology, and most importantly, we got our freedom out here. A man can breathe easy out here. Well, except for when them Rust Brands is around, but that's besides the point.
Hate to pop in, just that has been mentioned like 4 or 5 times with a sort of ominous undertone, and lots of things that Boris says has ominous undertones, but you've been saying it with ominous undertones. What are or who are the Rust Brands?
Oh, they're just well, you know, out here laws are a little harder to enforce considering there's no government, strictly speaking. So pretty much they're an outlaw gang, if you will. Outlaws of the Outlands. They just sort of believe in taking things and stealing things, and if they have to hurt people to do that, they will. And so you'll pardon me if I was just a little afraid of 3 random strangers walking through the desert toward our town. We've been attacked a few times.
Oh, well, we certainly aren't going to attack you.
Well, that's good.
Insight check.
Wait, on who? On him or on Elbow?
On Drew.
Percival?
On Percival, yeah.
Okay.
On Percival?
Okay.
Just want to make sure this isn't some kind of friendly Trojan horse. It's gonna be a 23.
You cannot tell.
Alden's just like... Alden puts on a pair of crystalline, like, steampunk glasses, and it's just like, you can see him kind of like squinting at you out of the corner of his eye, but also it's almost like a kaleidoscope, so there's like a million little ones instead of just his full-size eyes.
Okay. So, as you all are walking through and you're looking Percival up and down, you eventually find your way to probably the most crooked-looking building, the one that looks like it was thrown up in the most hurry, and above it is a rickety old sign that hangs from these metal hinges and sways back and forth in the wind with a little bit of dust off of it. It says, "The Old Elbow Room." Well, this is the old girl. Come on in. And he opens the saloon doors for you, and pretty much instantly you are greeted with the smell of whiskey and a good time and smoke. The swinging doors sort of creak open as you step into the haze of smoke and dust, because the Old Elbow Room is alive. There's a sort of wheeze from an out-of-tune piano that barely manages to compete with the raucous laughter and the clink of mismatched glasses. As you look around, you notice quite a few different characters laughing and talking, some gambling, some arm wrestling, these tables wobbling on uneven legs, as if the bar itself was carved with just a knife and a prayer. In pretty much everything, there's at least 100 initials carved into the old wood. The lights that flicker above are of fluorescent electricity. However, these ones just shudder with flickering, as if it's a not well-kept system. This is where half the town seems to spend its evening. Well, make yourselves at home. Y'all can just cozy up to the bar here. Klats! A large human male with sort of salt and pepper short hair and a large scar running down his right cheek and gray but soft-looking eyes walks towards you. He wears a red sort of Henley shirt with a silver chain necklace at his center of his chest. Yeah, these are our new friends. Set them up with... do y'all drink?
Yes.
Oh,
if you
yes,
don't, you're
I
going to
do.
start.
Very much.
So you do? You do? What about you, Swamp Lady?
Oh. Yes.
You drink. Good. All right. You, right there. The other one? I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
You mean me?
No, you said you drink. I'm talking to the short one. No offense,
Twig.
I'm also
His
short.
name's Stick.
No, this is Twig.
All right, Stick, do you drink?
My name... I'm not... I don't take drinks from strangers recently.
Oh. Well, that's a good mentality, but
Yeah, I learned
always
the
like to
hard
say,
way.
do you know what a stranger is? It's just a friend you haven't met yet.
Zero, I get it. I get the joke Boris made earlier. It's always summer in the desert, and this elbow guy is very cowardly. I imagine he sees a shadow at least once every 7 weeks.
Klets, set him up. So the gruff bartender comes over to you, and he says,
he says, well, what'll y'all be having?
Oh, what is your finest cocktail?
Cocktail.
Mixed
That's cute.
drink.
I know what you mean. Well, I could throw some whiskey in with some tequila, or some tequila into some ale, or some ale into some whiskey. It's pretty much the options you got.
A Million Island iced tea, I think that's called.
I was gonna say, why not make a Cinder Holt tea and just combine all three?
Oh, all right. That's interesting. Well, unless you want a real drink. And he reaches down and says, I can make you a Cinder Holt iced tea. Or, boom. He pulls out this massive, clear jug that's just stopped. Or you can drink what we like to call sunshine. It's like moonshine, but way worse.
But by worse, do you mean better?
That depends on who's asking the question.
I think it's time to let the sun shine in. What about you boys?
It would be rude not to try the local cuisine. Yeah, let's have some sunshine.
Oh, I should warn you all. It ain't good, but it'll get you fucked up.
Let's have one of those iced teas as a chaser.
Well, you got it.
There's more
All right.
alcohol.
Less offensive alcohol.
Yeah. All right, so he reaches under and he pulls out a bottle of whiskey, a bottle of this browner ale, and a bottle of clear tequila. And he's very fast. He just shoves it all into this glass and puts his hand over it because he doesn't have something to block the glass, and just shakes it all up with his bare hand. Here's one, and he pours the shot. And here's the shot. He repeats this process a few times until everyone but Twig has one. Drink hearty, and let me know if y'all need anything. I'll leave y'all to catch up.
Zero, if I have to drag you to your room later, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Twigsy, come on, split it with me. We watched him pour it. I know the ship was unpleasant, but we made it. We made it out of the Guildlands. We made it off the ship. We're alive. That's worth celebrating.
One sip, and then I'm done.
That's my boy. And I'll let him go first, and I'll shoot the rest.
So tell me what you are drinking, because you have in front of you a Cinder Holt iced tea, and you have the shot of sunshine.
I'm gonna split my shot of sunshine with Twig, and I don't think I'm gonna drink the Cinder Holt iced tea.
Okay, so you're gonna split that shot. I will say make a Constitution saving throw, both of you, but the DC will be a little lower.
Great.
But not totally halved.
Okay.
19.
19.
I see the flicker of something and roll this at disadvantage, but even at disadvantage, a 16.
A 16. Okay. So with that, both of you, this just burns going down. To say what it tastes like would be incredibly hard. It doesn't necessarily taste like anything as much as it feels like something. And what it feels like is the fire of the sun. But you do manage to hold on to reality. You do a little breath out like that you do after a shot. And you manage to both keep it down, and you certainly feel like a buzz, but you are not drunk by any means, which is impressive.
So, if I am shooting the shot, and then chasing with some iced tea. How would you like me to roll?
I would like...
Can't stress enough. It's not. It's three liquors mixed together.
This is not an ideal thing for people to do in real life. We just say that out loud.
No one tried that. We do not condone this.
So, do not try this at home.
This isn't even like an Irish car bomb. This is just like stacks on stacks on stacks of liquor followed by
the roll call
like
drinking game is
shot.
really dangerous. Do
Audience challenge. Make a drink and drink with us. Take the three closest liquors to you, add them together, and add one more shot.
I cannot express how bad it actually sounds to put whiskey, like tequila, in beer and then drink it. That sounds awful.
It's pretty close to an Irish car bomb. You put Jameson and Bailey's in a shot and drop it in beer. It's delicious.
Bailey's is a very different thing.
This is downtime material.
Let's move on.
We have to move on.
But we have to move on. But, okay. So what I would like from you for this psychotic decision you have made, Ben, is I would like you to make 2 different Constitution saving throws. Mm-hmm. However, make them one at a time, because your first one will determine whether or not the second one is at disadvantage.
Beautiful. All right, here we go. So that first one's going to be an 11.
So, this is the shot. As you take the shot, as I said repeatedly, it just feels like you have swallowed a sword of fire. It burns not only your throat, but your heart and your stomach, and somehow continues the fire down your whole body. You are instantly, after you take your breath out to try not to vomit, which you do not, you are like, okay, that was pretty crazy. And the room begins to spin as you now have the drunk condition, which means ability checks are now at disadvantage, particularly those to do with mental stats or dexterity. So please make the second one at disadvantage.
So that applies to saves as well? Or just this specifically because it's drinking?
It will just... It applies to this save because it's drinking. However, if you fail this save, it will apply to... You will get a second level, and it will apply to all saves.
Okay.
And attack rolls.
Great. Love that. Love that so much.
Just roll a nat 20.
Come on, help me out. Oh, boy. All right, it's going to be a 7.
You are on fire, and you're like, oh, God, what am I going to... And you pick it up to chase, because you're like, maybe this will make it better. And you chug the whole thing. It does not taste as good as you think it's going to. And you're like, well, that certainly tasted better. But before you can stand up to be like, that was pretty good, another round, you just crack your head down on the table and then sit back up, and you are officially level 2 drunk, which means that all attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks are at disadvantage.
All I heard there was that I leveled up.
You know what? And you can hear whatever you want to hear. So yeah, basically everything you roll will be at disadvantage. Have fun with that. And you are, for flavor's sake, drunk as a skunk from just 2 drinks.
You know, y'all, I really think Duskrith is a swinging place, and we could camp out here for a while, do some digging in the dirt. Find
Zero, trade seats with me.
things.
Trade seats with me, please.
Begrudgingly, I will. I'll take Alden onto his shoulder and let Twig sit on the outside.
That's awesome. Percival and Madge, are y'all taking a drink?
Percival's kind of lean over the bar and whisper up close to the bartender. I don't mean to cause any problems here, but you don't happen to have anything nicer? Just an aged wine, whiskey, anything?
Not nicer, but nicer than that, you could just have the whiskey or the tequila on its own.
I guess I'll have the whiskey by itself. Got any ice?
You don't really know where you are, do you?
I figured out, ask.
Yeah. We have ice here. We just tend not to waste it on drinks. And he pours you a nice, neat whiskey. He goes, well, it's not that bad. I aged it myself.
Would this change your mind? And he's going to put down 2 gold pieces.
Oh. Look, man, I'm open to a bribe as much as the next guy, but when I say we have ice, I don't mean in this building right now. I mean we, Duskrith, have ice. And I do not get it for drinks.
Well, you can keep that. That's a tip.
Thank you, mighty kindly. And he goes ahead and pours you an extra shot in and gives you a double of this whiskey neat. It's really not that bad on its own.
Thank you. Percival's going to try it.
Yeah. So, yeah. Are you just taking a sip, or are you down at just like a little...
Oh, the classiest sip you can imagine.
Yeah. So, like, what you notice instantly is it's honestly not bad. It's a rye whiskey. It's nice and light, but you're getting a lot of the wheat because it hasn't had that much time to process. And you even sort of notice, like, a few grains in the actual whiskey itself. The flavor ain't bad. It's just been rushed a little bit.
Yeah, this'll do.
Yeah. Yeah, and Madge, are you taking a drink?
Yeah, I think absolutely. I don't think Madge has ever actually drinking before.
I don't either.
But I think she likes being involved with it. And she sees Percival like swirling around the drink, and she takes the drink of the sunshine and kind of swirls it around too, and takes like a nice little sip of it and goes, "Oh, this'll do. It's real nice."
I would like to clarify that the sunshine is in a shot glass.
Yeah,
but I love this. So you like splash it out of the shot glass.
Yes. I swirl it around like it's like on the counter.
Yeah. He's like, well, it tastes better if you drink it.
And you gotta swirl around for the flavor and the scent, right?
You know, I've heard that. Sure.
Yeah, that's what they
Knock
do.
yourself out.
Oh, all right. I'll tell you what. And then she takes a nice long.
Are you down on the whole thing, or like you just take it?
Like a half of it. She wants to like feel like in it.
We'll say that like a quarter of it spilled out, and then you drank half, and there's like a quarter left.
Sure.
So make a Constitution saving throw, but the DC will be lower.
Okay. My first little roll. Hold on.
And I will say, if this is actually your first drink, unfortunately, I do have to say it's a disadvantage.
Oh no! Okay.
If this is your first drink,
I think
ever.
it is.
Not us introducing peer pressure in the first episode.
That'll
of our
be
new
a
podcast.
good old 8. That'll be an 8.
Oh no. Madge, you are officially drunk as just the fire like descends and rises up. Your cheeks instantly get red from this.
Oh my god.
But you are only a level 1 drunk, so I will say that you only have disadvantages on ability checks.
Okay.
Attack rolls and saving throws are okay.
Okay. That sounds lovely.
Freaking noob. You don't have the level up with the additional feats.
It's her
Yeah,
first
you know,
time.
keep talking, Ben. Keep talking. Just you wait, Henry Higgins. Okay.
Ooh.
As this is happening, look, Stone's not proud of this, but Zero, as he's helping Alden, is there a world where he might reach into a pocket and just loose change, just things that Alden wouldn't miss, quantities that Alden wouldn't miss, that would mean a lot to Zero. Could I just?
Yeah, get used to it, Ben. Get used to it.
Alden has been nothing but wonderful to you,
and he's my marvelous benefactor, and I would
but he would also support this.
And he's richer than God, so we're gonna do this.
I love this so much. So absolutely, I would like a sleight of hand check.
Amazing.
Can I give guidance or a help action or something?
You sure? You bet your sweet bippy.
Yay!
I'll take a guidance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it 2? You tell me 2. Great. 2. That's cocked. Fuck. I can curse on the podcast. That's cocked again.
Do we do this while we're changing seats? Like it's a planned thing?
Yes. I think I've taken him like onto my shoulder. I mean, he's like far gone, and so I'm supporting him on my shoulder as he's talking about how wonderful Duskrith is, and I am supporting him, making sure that he's all right, and might just go into a pocket. And no, it was this dice. Sorry, I started idly rolling it.
I've got a beautiful idea for a currency that's intangible called gear coin.
That sounds very.
Excuse me.
Lucrative.
Just gonna push through.
Yeah, I'll just and I got a with the +2 a 21.
At 21, what's your? And I will say, you may make a perception check, an active one if you like, but you know damn well it's a disadvantage.
And while this is happening, he's continuing on about gear coin.
It's I kind of call it non-fungible.
So what just happened was I rolled at disadvantage, and one of them was a nat 20. And then the other one was a 5 for a 7 total.
Zero's eating good tonight.
Don't drink around the con, man.
So tell us what you if it's just pockets, it's probably just some like excess gold, right?
Yeah, I would say you probably find really, if we're looking for like pocket change from Alden, if we're going for the contents of a single pocket, let's say in his coat, I'd say there would be probably 8 gold, and probably some sort of like ring with like a small gemstone in it that he just like didn't feel like putting on his hand, but was like, I'll keep it on my person in case I feel fancy.
Ben, what's the odds that you have like some of those single-use like scratch and sniff versions of your perfume like in your pockets?
Oh, like tester? He definitely has tester vials in every pocket. Each pocket is a different scent.
Zero takes out the gold and the ring and pulls the the perfume tester and puts it back.
Awesome. And I will also say, Ben, roll me a D100 as well.
Oh, I was waiting for this. Okay. Oh. All right.
What'd I do?
That's not ominous at all.
That makes sense.
No, not at all.
That makes complete sense.
I hate when JP makes this roll.
Yeah. Hey, I leveled up. So that's gonna be a 27.
Oh, it's not a D20. My brain just
on a percentile dice is actually quite low, but all of us were like, "Whoa!"
So, a 27. So as you sort of are like, you're describing gear coin, you're like, it's called a, and as he flops down, anyone with a passive of 10 or higher very obviously knows that he just sort of like glows blue for a moment. it just sort of radiates this little glow of blue, and then it's gone.
Was he blue?
You okay there, buddy? Percival's gonna reach down and kind of grab him and lift him up. Hey, you are you okay?
I do declare I am feeling peachy on a Thursday.
How about we get you into one of these chairs here? Here, why don't you just sit? No, not the high chair. Let's go with one of these lower ones down here.
No, I want the big boy chair.
Oh, that's on you. Percival's gonna guide Alden to one of the chairs and just kind of lift him and put him up on it.
Well, thank you, sir.
We haven't really met. I'm Percival.
Alden Ambergris. Charmed to meet you.
Would I know that last name?
Roll a history check.
Yeah.
Not likely, but possible.
That's a dirty 20. That's a filthy, slutty 20.
A filthy, slutty 20. With a filthy, slutty little 20, I will say you don't have a lot of information on that clan, but you do know that they are an important clan in the once obedient belt. Very wealthy, very powerful, and some connection to sea trade, if you're not mistaken, of some kind.
Oh, I am familiar with your family. I'm a Wynnemark, I'm sure you know.
Would you like a history check
Go
as well?
for it. Yes, please, at disadvantage.
Yep.
Could I see these two Richie Riches talking. Zero's bound to be nearby eavesdropping. Could I also do a history check on that name?
You may, unfortunately, since you are from the guild lands and not high class, it will be at disadvantage.
All good.
This is what happens when I build an intelligence character and I choose to get drunk. So it's gonna be a nat 1.
I got a 12 at disadvantage.
So, I will say, no, Zero, you have never heard of them. Alden, I trust you, Ben. Play the nat 1 as you will.
Yes, wait, say it for me one more time.
I don't think I have to.
How do I pronounce
you
it?
would know. No. Here. And Percival's going to reach into his bag and grab... you see him shuffling around. Zero probably notices this because Zero's probably looking into the bag.
God!
Sees a little stack of papers, and Percival pulls out a headshot with golden lettering on the bottom where he has signed, and hands him a signed headshot. And it has Percival standing with his robe billowing and a huge fireball arcing out behind him, and almost this like gothic painting picture of Percival. Now you won't forget.
I do remember you. Yes, you're one of the proud members of the Wynnemark family. Yes, I love your famous line. Somehow heartbreak feels good in a place like this. It really tugs at my heartstrings.
What a world-shattering reference.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll get it when you're a little less drunk, won't you?
So, sorry, Kletz. I forgot my own character's name. Kletz comes over to you, wiping his hands off after serving another couple. It's always interesting when we get new blood in town. What brings you here? I don't judge.
I'm technically here on a top secret mission.
Top secret mission?
Well, I'm sure Kalen would love to hear about that. Don't get many missions around these parts. More just people running for their lives. Yeah. What about you?
It's more of a business venture than anything. So I'm sure he's going to be very interested.
I wouldn't be too sure about that. Now, what about the rest of y'all? What about the drunk one who smells good?
Business.
He's a researcher / perfume magnate, I think.
My perfume is quite magnetizing.
You come all the way out to the Outlands, to the middle of the desert, the most horrible, sunny place on Earth. Dangerous. To make some smells?
No, I just carry my smells with me. I, sir, have become a rock man.
A rock man. You know, we used to have a bard come through here, Rachmaninoff. He was real good. But Rustbrand's got him a few months back, ended up in a hole.
My word, how violent. Well, yes.
Do you know where you are?
You have to understand, nearly anywhere is better than where we were, even this place. And we are, I'm Mr. Alden's butler, and my friend here is his valet.
Well, that is certainly fancy. Sure that there will be plenty of use for a butler and a valet out here. But where are y'all from, if you don't mind me asking?
Question.
Anyway. Yeah, answer.
Is it we came here with a purpose, even if we're obscuring some details of it, that it is safe here for runaways and refugees. Do
Yes.
we, of what we've heard of sort of the folklore of this area, that it is safe to say where we're from and we're not gonna get caught?
There are people here from the Dominion. There are people here from the Guildlands. There are the people who come to Duskrith. The legend of Duskrith, anyway, is that what you would have heard is that it's a lawless town where everyone's welcome, but it's sort of scary because everyone's welcome.
Could I name a city or town in the Guildlands, but not the one we're from, or not the one where a certain traveling show is located? Could I just name a different city off the top of my head and say that's where we're from?
Yeah, you want a city or a small town?
Let's say a city, easier to blend into.
Probably Cauldrick's Gate, then, where you came from.
Yes, we're from Cauldrick's Gate, us two, and fell into the service of Alden, and now are here.
Make a deception check for fun.
Hey, now we're cooking. 24.
24. Yeah, he's like, couple of Cauldrick's Gators. That's certainly a lot more water around there than around here. But you're lucky you landed in Duskrith. We've got more water than anyone else.
Lucky us.
Yeah.
Lord, gods, this place is sort of dire when they start bragging about water, but...
What about the rest of y'all? So they're from the Guildlands. I can obviously tell that one's from the Guildlands, indicating the gears on your head.
How
But,
big is your pool? You say you got water. How big's the pool, son?
That is the first joke I've heard all night. And it still wasn't funny. Anyway.
Do you have water for him to drink? I think he needs a glass of water.
That I do. All right. You get, goes ahead and reaches down to a little spigot and fills up the water glass with, I will say, crystal clear water. Not a speck of dirt to be found. Just perfect. Drink up.
I chug it.
Yeah, it tastes pretty good. It's not like ice cold, but it's like a little colder than room temperature, and it hits the spot. And I will say, roll me another Constitution save at disadvantage.
Okay.
To see if you can undrunk yourself.
Oh.
See if the water helps.
That
So
one.
no.
I'm trying to help you, man.
I know.
Yeah,
I
no.
know.
I'm trying to do.
My dice aren't.
No. You chug that water, and it hits the spot, but you are still drunk as a skunk, and a little bit of it just sort of like dribbles out your side of your chin because you can't keep the glass straight. It works better if you keep it in your mouth, but what about the other two of y'all? Y'all don't seem like the Guildlands types.
Oh no, I am from Valentara.
All right. Capital man. That's cool.
Yes.
Just don't, should know we do hierarchy a little different around here, son.
Oh, I could do hierarchy however you want.
Kalen's gonna have fun with you. Yeah. What about you?
I'm from, have you ever heard of Murray Lumen?
It's, just some legends. You from, you're from the Swamp of Light,
Oh,
aren't
yeah,
you?
it's real. I was
You
there.
live in the swamp?
Yeah, I was there for a long time. Now I'm here.
I'm originally from Vareth's Holler. I'm from Sanctamara myself.
Oh, no kidding. No kidding. I really haven't ventured out farther than the swamps until very recently. I'll be honest, I don't really know why I'm here, but I am.
Well, that's interesting. I didn't know that anybody lived in that swamp.
Well, most people go a little crazy, but I didn't, so that's nice. And now I'm feeling all fuzzy, and I feel the sunshine in my toes. And I got an eel in my backpack. You want to see it?
You know, I think, and he goes ahead and he pulls back the full glass and the half glass that's still there, and he's like, I think that couple down there could use this a little more than you, but I got a present for you. And he goes ahead and reaches down and fills another glass of water from the spigot.
Oh my God.
This is just for you.
I've never seen this before. Thank you so much.
You are incredibly welcome, my friend.
I got buttons in my pocket I can pay you with. You want that?
It's on the house, man.
Oh my goodness. All right. And then she chugs the whole thing. She Oh, that's nice. We don't have good water like this where I'm from. It's black. It runs real thick.
Oh, I wouldn't. That doesn't sound like something you should. Well, all right. And where are you from? He says, turning to
Oh my God.
to the dwarf sitting to your left. I am. I'm of the Arcane Dominion.
Although where I come from and what I'm here for, unfortunately, are classified, as the lad says. Secret mission. I'm sure Kalen will understand. I've heard of his mercy. Yes, you've heard of his mercy. But Kalen don't much care for secrets. Well, I'd be happy to discuss that with Kalen himself. But he'll understand if I can't just discuss that at the bar. Fair enough. Well, y'all stay safe around here. Hopefully the walls keep us safe, but lately we've had a little bit of trouble with that. You see, and before he can get anything else out, you hear a crack outside. And suddenly, boom, boom, big, large booms like gunfire. Some shrieks from the streets, and then suddenly the window crashes open as a massive orc comes jumping through the window. And 3 more humans and 1 more orc comes through the saloon door. And the orc that smashed through the window, dressed in a large sort of leather armor that hugs tight to his bulging muscles, in crimson red, with a little brooch on him, with the sigil of a sickle and a sword. All right, money in the bags. This is a holdup. Everybody on the floor! And I need all of y'all to roll initiative as he holds a 6-shooter up to the room. Whoa. And that's where we're going to go ahead and leave off for today.
Whoa.
Wow.
Woo.
Thank you so much to everyone for listening and watching. We want to shout out, before we go, our incredible artists who did all of the designs for the show. We have our logo design by @RealSimonBouille on Instagram, and character design by Jules_in the rain. Give them a follow on Instagram. Their art is incredible, and we appreciate them so much. If you're enjoying the show, please give us a 5-star review on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. It really helps us in the algorithm. If you're watching us on YouTube and you got to see the cute dog, which I hope you did, please hit that like and subscribe buttons and that notification bell so you can listen to new episodes as soon as they come out. If you want early access and bonus content like downtime episodes where we talk about each episode and give you a behind-the-scenes scoop, head on over to our Patreon at www.patreon.com/rollcallproductions and become a patron today. Last but certainly not least, follow us on Instagram and Facebook at rollcallpod and tell us how much you're loving the show. Thanks everyone so much for watching. Good night. And remember, if a strange Southern man offers you moonshine, make sure to chase it with 3 other liquors. Thanks so much, everybody. Good night.